obviously unbelievable basketball game. It seems like it always is when we get together. I've got such great respect for Rob, his staff, his team, the way that they battled in the second half. But I was really proud of our guys. Obviously, I hate it. A guy like Hornbeak doesn't play. For us, we're down 2 starters. Nate Johnson and Greg Triple don't play. And I hate it for those guys that they don't get to experience, the rivalry. It's unlike any game you play. That's the reality of it. As coaches, you like to hear us say, "Oh, it's next game's the most important game." They're all the same. It's such a different deal. These guys would tell you that. So I was really proud of the way we had multiple guys step up that played more minutes than normal tonight, that had different roles than normal. We had another different starting lineup with the 2 starters out. But I thought Caleb Thornton was really good starting tonight. I thought Shamar Scott made maybe the biggest shot of the game. Gets 9 rebounds. I was teasing Reek. He got 1 more rebound than him. That doesn't happen very often. Made a big shot. I thought Tavari Johnson's minutes were impactful. Scored in double figures. I just thought we got him. Amani Lyles first half. Made a couple big plays for us. Finished the one. So I just thought guys stepped up. And I knew that they would. And they're ready. It's a great lesson because I tell them, you can't wait till a guy's injured or out and say, "Oh, I can see minutes now. I'm going to get myself ready." Then it's too late. And those guys have not pouted. They've had a great attitude. They've kept working. I had great confidence in them before the game started because the way that they've approached the day-to-day. So kudos to those guys. Looking forward to getting Greg and Nate back, obviously. Thought we got off to a great start. Thought we were really physical. And then I thought Ali and Reek were unbelievable. I mean, they're obviously, I'm biased, but they're two great players. But they stepped up huge and played like the all league and players that they are. 2 of the best players in the country. Questions?
Coach Enrique, first off, great game tonight. Coach, how's the team feeling? I know you talked about people being sick a little bit not too long ago. How's people feeling? Obviously, Greg being out.
Well, Greg obviously wasn't healthy enough to play. He wanted to be out there. He's on the FaceTime call in the locker room after the game. The rest of us, myself, Reek, Sammy, Ali, numerous, have been dealing with it over the last week. Some a little worse than others. And some of us were able to get through it a little bit cleaner and easier than he did prior to tonight. Obviously we're talking about tonight's game, but Tuesday's game, I told him may go down in infamy as the flu game in my career. I thought that those guys really stepped up in the second half and showed the character that this group has, starting with him. So, but yeah, we're feeling better. I think we could still feel a little bit better, but we're feeling better.
I gotta ask, how's it feel to open up a game the way you guys did in that first half? And was that part of the plan to come out as dominant, score as much as you guys did?
I mean, going into every game, you kind of don't know what's going to happen. You kind of prepare. Preparation trumps pressure. So I think that we did a good job of what we wanted to execute in the first half. We played some good basketball, got some good shots. I think we definitely stepped up on defense in this first half. But other than that, I mean, you can't really go into the game like saying, "Oh, we're gonna go on a 17-0 run." But we did it, and that helped us big time in this game, especially against a good team.
Yeah, Enrique, a few different guys guarding you tonight. It would go from you getting solo to you getting double teamed. Kind of explain that because it's a lot more different than what you've been dealing with this season.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen a lot of traps so far. So I'm just trying to do a good job in reading it and trying to get guys open shots. I think we had a lot of open shots tonight. We didn't get everyone to fall, but I think we did a good job executing the post trap for sure.
Enrique, for you, Kent went on a bit of a run in the second half.
Yeah.
What did you guys do defensively and maybe media timeouts, different timeouts to kind of combat that offensive run?
Well, they shot really well from 3. So we had to emphasize guarding the 3 a little bit better. I know Freeman had a few. That sounds weird saying another Freeman.
Yeah.
Freeman had some good threes in transition.
He was great.
Santiago had one. I just think they made big plays. They're great players just like us, so they made plays to get in this ball game. So as us, we have to respect it and try to stop them from shooting threes.
And then, Coach, for you in the second half, you and Ali obviously got a little heated after the call. Did you get an explanation on that? And what is it like to kind of be in a rivalry game like that? How does emotion come into play for you?
Well, I mean, these guys are trying to do the best job they can. It's hard, right? There's a lot of emotion during the game. In my opinion, I thought Ali's technical was warranted. You know, he's got to be smarter. But I didn't think the other one was, especially when, you know, you got a guy doing the airplane down the court and talking to our bench. Just one consistency. So either let them both go or call them both technicals. That's all.
And then last one for you, Enrique. Obviously, Akron Beacon Journal came out with a headline earlier this week talking about Chris Payton saying that when you both are at your best, that he preferred that he was the better player. Did that have any extra motivation for you coming into this game?
Truthfully, not really. I mean, I was just taking a nap yesterday and I seen that, and you know, I don't really, when I'm focusing and preparing for a game, I kind of stay away from social media. So I just I was really just focused on executing what we had to execute tonight.
You know, for me, just, you know, obviously he's a really good player. He's had a great year. He's continued to improve from year to year. I've got a lot of respect for Chris. I think he's a really good player. Now, would I trade, and Rob would probably say the same thing about Chris. Am I trading him for Chris? The answer is no, unequivocally. But Rob would probably say the same thing for his guy. You know, we all love our guys. They're both very, very good players.
Hey, Enrique, down the stretch, I mean, just what's your mindset? I mean, they cut it to like 3 big rivalry game, and you and a couple of the other guys always seem to have an answer for it.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we get put in these positions in practice. I know we run 7 minutes on the clock, down 3, you know, got to make big time shots. So we work on it. You know, we got good players, we have good personnel, we have good team chemistry. No one on our team is selfish. We're willing to share the ball. So I think we just made the best reads for our team, and that's what honestly got us the game today.
Last one for me. A lot of people, Akron fans watching you guys on national television, a lot of people came out in the awful weather to make it out. What do you guys have to say to the fans tonight, and how important was that to have them in the crowd?
Oh, thank you to the Rowdies. The Rowdies made some noise tonight. To be honest, they made a lot of noise. Shout out to all the family and friends that come, you know, on our teams. Everybody's mom, dad shows up to the games, you know, excited, ecstatic. So shout out to them. Shout out to the Rowdies. Shout out to Zips Nation. I know everybody's going to have a great night in Zips Nation tonight.
Obviously, the crowd was unbelievable. You know, not only
Appreciation for the
Akron people showing up, but the Kent fans I thought were great. Just an unbelievable environment. I've always said it's a privilege to coach in the rivalry, and I know these guys feel like it's a privilege to play in it. You know, it just was a great environment. So kudos to both sets of fans.
Yeah, Enrique, Coach Senderoff just told us that outside of Kent players, you're one of the best players he's ever seen in this conference since becoming coach. I guess just what are your thoughts when you first hear that?
I mean, I'm truthfully just grateful. You know, my journey's a lot different than a lot of guys. So for another coach to just, you know, give me flowers and appreciation, I'm just truthfully grateful.
Anybody else? We're good?
Thanks, guys.